Monsieur Wolf, can you help me?" "Absolument, mon petit," said Monsieur Wolf. "But you'll have to walk and talk, or else my souper will get away. What can I do for you?" Well, Caribou was explaining about socio-ecological systems and how they work. And he said something about disturbance, but I don't really know what that means. "Oh, I can tell you something about disturbance," said Monsieur Wolf, angrily. "My species knows all about that. A disturbance is when an outside stressor disrupts a system. And let me tell you, we were disrupted, c'est sûr! Many, many years ago, the human government of this land created a park. It's just over there," said Monsieur Wolf, pointing vaguely. "And they only did it to bring more people up here so the businesses of Prince Albert could make more money. They didn't care about us. Then they decided that they didn't like us, that we were evil, and that we were killing all the elk and deer and caribou. But of course, this is what we eat. But humans like those animals, so of course that wouldn't do. So they started killing all of my friends. It was horrible! Disturbance isn't bad for everyone, sure. The elk and deer and caribou liked it just fine. But je me souviens, toujours!" "Oh no," cried Ralph. "I'm so sorry to hear about your friend. But you're still here. That must mean things are better now, right?" "Well, yes. Things are a bit better now," said Monsieur Wolf. "The foolish humans finally came to their senses and realized that we are an important part of the socio-ecological system. We keep the grazing animals in check, you know. I think the humans realized that we have our place too. Somewhere along the way, they decided to use more adaptive governance. That's when humans realized that the relationships within the socio-ecological system are always changing, and that policies need to change to reflect that. I think they saw that killing my friends was a bad policy, and so they adapted the policy to suit their new understanding. But mon Dieu, we still don't like the humans very much. They've been too terrible to us in the past. This is why we stay away from them. Vive les loups libres! It's been nice talking to you, but I'm getting very hungry, and so I'm going to find a deer or a caribou to chew on. Au revoir!" Ralph was left alone again, more confused than ever. He couldn't even understand half of what that silly old wolf was saying. What earth language was he speaking, anyway? "Come on, Cora," he said. "Let's keep moving and see if we can find someone to make sense of all this." The extraterrestrial pair continued on their journey, and soon the trees began to thin, and they found themselves no longer in a forest, but in a great grassy plain, full of great furry beasts. Ralv approached the closest of the beasts and, very quietly, said, "Excuse me, can you help me?" With a great big huff, the great furry beast turned to face Ralv and Cora. "Oh, hello there," she said. "What can I do for you, dear?" "Well, the thing is, we're new to this area, and we're just trying to figure out where we are and what's going on around here. I've met Caribou and Monsieur Wolf, and both of them left me a little confused. I'm sorry to bother you, but who are you? And can you tell me exactly what is happening here?" "Well," said the great furry beast, "my name is Bison, and I'd be happy to help you, my dear, but I'm not sure that I'm the right person for the job." "Really? Why is that?" "Well, I've always had problems here myself, so perhaps I haven't figured out what's going on here either. You see, a long time ago, great furry beasts like me used to be all over these plains. There were more of us than any other mammal on the plains. We grazed far and wide, but all we have is the few of us that are left here, in this field, and a few cousins in faraway places." "How did that happen?" asked Ralph, perplexed. "Well, more and more humans started to show up here, and too many of them depended on us for food and furs. Some even killed us for sport. Before they realized what they had done, we were almost gone. It has taken quite a few years, but thanks to some very kind humans, we're starting to find a space to live and roam and graze again." "Well, that's a sad story," said Ralph. "But surely it has a happy ending." "Well, I sure hope so, but we can't be quite sure yet. You see, we're not there. Like I said, we just don't have the space to roam that we need, and there still aren't enough of us to guarantee that we'll be all right in the end. As part of a socio-ecological system, we have to make a lot of sacrifices. We do not have any power over the people. They no longer rely on us for food and clothing, but prefer other animals. And since we cannot stand up for ourselves, human interests win over ours. I guess we can't really blame them. Everyone values their own needs over others, but it hurts to know we aren't considered stakeholders here. What that means is, we do not get to have a say in the decisions that are made here, whereas ranchers, for example, who sometimes get angry with us for wandering onto their land, are considered important stakeholders in the processes involved in managing our population. While it certainly affects us, and environmentally conscious organizations try to stick up for us, the reality is that human needs will always win out over ours. No rancher is going to be forced to let us graze on his land. He is a human, and humans are in charge. Therefore, their needs are perceived as more important. "That's so sad, Bison," cried Ralv. "You're part of the socio-ecological system, too." "That's all right, dear. Our friend Gord says we're resilient. That means that we can thrive in lots of different environments, in lots of different climates. So it's just a matter of time before the humans get more used to us and we have a great, free-ranging herds again. I'm sorry, but I have to go now. I see something shiny over there and I need to run towards it. Good luck, dear." "Goodbye, Bison," Ralph called out after her. He felt a lot better after talking to Bison, but he still thought there was something he didn't quite understand. So, he and Cora kept walking. They walked through the great grassy field and back into the woods. They walked and walked. Finally, they came across another lake, and Ralph sat on the beach. "Ouch!" whined a tiny voice. "You're sitting on me!"